What's up, you guys? It's Mr. Brooks here, and you're watching the Mind Brewing Tutoring channel. And today we are going to be talking about factoring quadratic functions. Before we get into the video, please like the video for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when we post new videos. It really helps out the channel, and we really appreciate it. So quadratic functions are functions that have an x squared term in them. And in particular, x squared is the highest degree monomial in that function. For example, the function f of x squared plus 6x plus 7 is quadratic because that first term, that leading term, is x squared. Quadratic functions in standard form look like this. F of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the coefficient on the x squared term, and b is the coefficient on the x term, and c is just that number on the end. If we look at the number 12, two of the factors of 12 are 3 and 4. Why? Because 3 times 4 equals 12. In the same way, we can find two quantities that, when multiplied together, give us the quadratic in standard form. I'll give you an example. If you take the function f of x equals x squared plus 8x plus 15, the factors of this function are the quantity x plus 3 times the quantity x plus 5. Why is this the case? Because when you multiply these two quantities together, you get f of x equals x squared plus 8x plus 15. I'll show you. If we use the FOIL method, we can say that x times x, that's going to give us x squared. X times 5 gives us 5x. 3 times x gives us 3x. And 3 times 5 gives us 15. Now, when you combine those like terms, you get your original function, f of x equals x squared plus 8x plus 15. So how do you find these factors based on the function that you're given? Well, if we look at the function in standard form, f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, we have to know that this standard form can be broken down into two factors, x plus some number times x plus another number. As long as a is equal to 1, we know that we're going to have x plus some number times x plus another number. Now, these two numbers might be negative, they might be positive, but that's the premise, though, is that you're going to be able to break it down into x plus some number, x plus another number. So what you are looking for is two numbers that multiply to give you that last term c, but add to give you the b number, okay? So suppose that you are trying to find the factors of the quadratic f of x equals x squared plus 5x plus 6. Then you could be looking for two numbers that multiply to give you 6, that's that last term, and add to give you 5, that's that middle term, that b term. So what numbers that multiply to give you 6? Well, there's a few combinations. We have 1 and 6, right? 1 times 6 is 6. We have 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 1 and negative 6 gives you 6, right? Because negative 1 times negative 6, two negatives multiplied together give you a positive. And negative 2 and negative 3. Remember, two negatives multiplied together makes a positive. But we need these factors to add and make that middle term 5. So we see that those combinations, 1 plus 6 gives you 7, 2 plus 3 gives you 5, negative 1 plus negative 6 gives you negative 7, and negative 2 plus negative 3 gives you negative 5. So what is the only combination that multiplies to give you 6 but adds to give you 5? Well, it's 2 and 3. So therefore, we can say f of x equals x squared plus 5x plus 6. The factors are going to be x plus 2 and x plus 3, and you're done. Let's do some more examples. Suppose we're looking at the function f of x equals x squared minus 12x plus 20. Well, we first look at those factors of that last term, 20, right? Which are 1 times 20 is 20, 2 times 10 is 20, 4 times 5 is 20, negative 1 times negative 20 is 20, negative 2 times negative 10 is equals 20, and negative 4 times negative 5 equals 20. Now, do you have to list out all of the factors every single time? Absolutely not. The more you do this, the quicker you're going to be, but we're just using this as an example, just showing you all the factors here. All right. So we need to find two numbers that multiply to give us positive 20, but they add to give you that middle term, negative 12. Well, if I've got two numbers that multiply to give me a positive, but add to give me a negative, I automatically know those two numbers must be negative. Why? Because a negative times a negative gives me a positive. That's that last term is positive. And a negative plus a negative gives me a negative. That's that middle term. So the only combination that makes any sense is negative 2 times negative 10, because negative 2 times negative 10 is 20, and negative 2 plus negative 10 is negative 12. Therefore, we have f of x equals x squared minus 12x plus 20. Our factors are x minus 10 and x minus 2. Let's do another example. Let's say we have f of x equals x squared plus 3x minus 18. We need to find two numbers that multiply to give you negative 18, but add to give you 3. See if you can figure this out on your own first. Pause the video, think about the factors of negative 18, and then see if you get it right. So let's look at the factors of negative 18. The factors of negative 18 are 1 and negative 18, 2 and negative 9, 3 and negative 6, 6 and negative 3, 9 and negative 2, and 18 and negative 1. All right? So notice that one number has to be negative and the other positive to get negative 18. All right? As a result, the two numbers that add to give you positive 3 but multiply to give you negative 18 are clearly positive 6 and negative 3. Why positive 6 and negative 3? Because, of course, 6 plus negative 3 or 6 minus 3 is 3. And 6 times negative 3 is that last term, negative 18. So, boom, that's how you do it. All right, let's do one more example. This one we're going to do a little bit quicker. So let's say we have f of x equals x squared minus 7x minus 60. We know that we need two numbers that multiply to give us negative 60, but add to give us negative 7. Now, if these two numbers multiply to give us a negative, that means the difference or distance between the two numbers has to be that middle number. Why? If we think about back in the last problem we did, we had negative 18, and our middle term was 3, and the difference between our two numbers, 6 and 3, was 3. So what are two numbers that multiply to give you 60, but their difference is 7? We're trying to look at the difference because we've got a negative. They got to multiply to be a negative. Those two numbers are clearly 5 and 12. So in this case, we got 5 times 12, of course, is 60. So the question is, all right, which number do we need to put the negative on? Well, we got negative 7, so obviously the negative needs to go on the bigger number. So we got negative 12 plus 5 is equal to negative 7. So we can say that the two factors are going to be x minus 12 and x plus 5. Let's do one more example. This is going to be a quick one. Let's say we have f of x equals x squared minus x minus 6. All right? Two numbers that multiply to give you negative 6, but add to give you negative 1. Okay? Multiply to give you negative 6, but add to give you negative 1. Those two numbers are going to be positive 2 and negative 3. So what we can say is we've got x plus 2, x minus 3. And that's how you do it. All right, I hope you guys have found this video to be helpful. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, do all of the things. If you want to schedule a tutoring session, you can just press the link down below. You can also follow us on Facebook to receive updates there. So if you want to follow us there, just add me on there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.